What's that mark?
Huh? Oh, this? It's a paint tattoo. It's not real. I was a fan of Foxhound way back, when guys like you and my uncle were in it. None of that gene therapy like there is today. You guys were real heroes.
There are no heroes in war. All the heroes I know are either dead or in prison. One or the other.
But Snake, you're a hero, aren't you?
I'm just a man who's good at what he does. Killing.
The nature of the human being, regardless of culture or country, is to believe that heroes exist. Or at least we have illusions about it. A hero is the one who tries to be authentic by giving the best version of himself against circumstances and obstacles. He is the one who fights to be himself in the face of his own inheritance. In the face of any danger or adversity, a hero has a great ability to overcome fear. Tend to place themselves in the position of others, have a high level of empathy and genuinely care about the safety and well-being of others. When faced with a crisis, they are more likely to be positive in the face of negative events, because they feel they can handle the situation. Challenge your eyes and understand that you can achieve success either way. On the battlefield, they are revered for performing extraordinary feats. With great courage in the face of danger and adversity, they are able to stand up to the fear of combat. Heroes are respected, followed, taken as an example, admired. Heroes are not someone to whom you feel sorry. A hero is powerful, has attitude, courage, and above all, perseverance. But, why does Solid Snake say he was never a hero?
Just exactly who are you?
I'm the fool that your uncle sent all alone into the middle of this whole mess.
What's your name?
My name's not important.
Aha! Could you be Snake? Are you Solid Snake?
That's what some people call me.
The legendary Solid Snake? You?
Snake once said, "A strong man does not need to read his future. He creates his own." And this is where I want to praise the work of Solid Snake as the great epic warrior of video games. I would like those closest to the video game pause and try to imagine what Solid Snake would say when watching this video. Surely he would say something like,
I'm no hero. Never was. Never will be.
or maybe he would say,
I've never fought for anyone but myself. I've got no purpose in life, no ultimate goal.
or something like this.
There are no heroes or heroines. If you lose, you're worm food.
Yeah.
If Solid Snake doesn't consider himself a hero, a legend, or an example to follow, then what makes someone a hero? The term hero is very subjective and also manipulable. It is used excessively by the propaganda media. In real life, many soldiers say that they do not know any soldier who enjoys being called that. Since they hate being called heroes, not all soldiers are heroes, and not every hero is a soldier. If you have been in combat, you do not talk about what had happened. You keep your mouth shut because there is nothing honorific in taking the life of another person.
I hereby award you the title of Big Boss.
Once a soldier said that being called a hero is a patriotic nationalist ploy to cover the terrible decisions of politicians when declaring their wars.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake.
Solid Snake is known as Legend, the man who makes the impossible possible. Due to the events that occurred in both Outer Heaven and Zanzibar land, he earned the nickname Legendary Soldier. But in the face of so much praise and admiration from the people who knew him, Solid Snake would reject any idea of being called a hero or legend. When being involved in a series of gray acts that would extend throughout his life, Snake would question the morality of his actions. As for example, when he found out in Zanzibar land by Black Ninja, who turned out to be Schneider, his old ally and leader of the resistance of the now non-existent Outer Heaven nation, would tell him that after Snake managed to infiltrate and destroy the Metal Gear and defeat in an intense combat in the shadow of Big Boss, who turned out to be Venom Snake, and after managing to escape from the self-destruction zone of the before it was blown to pieces, Schneider saw NATO launch a massive aerial bombardment campaign using bunker-busting bombs, executing a precise attack on the Outer Heaven nuclear weapons facility, achieving with this nuclear explosions and killing many within the area, both soldiers and members of the resistance as civilians and children of Outer Heaven. Regardless of their ties to the regime or not. Nobody cares. There was no escape from the flames and they all died like animals in a cage. Multinational forces considered this an acceptable loss, as orphans and refugees from war were considered a drag in their eyes. The children of Outer Heaven were originally orphans and refugees from wars around the world. It was a burden and NATO did not want to take care of them.
You're incredible. Like a movie hero or something.
No, you're wrong. In the movies, the hero always saves the girl.
You mean Meryl? Sorry. Forget I said anything. Snake, there's something I've really got to ask you.
Solid Snake does not see himself as a heroic figure. He feels that what he does, his missions are a necessity. He can succeed where others fail. A burden that he must bear even if he has to get his hands dirty. But staying firm on the goal is the path of the warrior. He faced what at the time he had to do and at the same time reflects a certain tenacity. Believing that the mission he is fulfilling is not only his duty, but also his responsibility. He never gave up despite being betrayed and used on many occasions, sometimes by his colleagues, others by his superiors and his government, who would be dominated by an even greater force, called the Patriots.
You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret. You can't be allowed to live.
This organization would have a strong influence and power over the United States and various world organizations. They created Snake for military purposes, to stop any uprising before the system, especially Big Boss's outer heaven. Snake in a way would be a puppet of power where he thinks he is doing the right thing, and that conviction would be the most important thing for him. That despite being aware that he would die because of said betrayals, the only thing he wondered was if he had time to fulfill his mission. He does not even believe that there is a happy ending for him, much less being celebrated as a hero.
So, tell me, Snake, what's your name? Your real name?
The name means nothing on the battlefield.
How old are you?
Old enough to know what death looks like.
Any family?
The figure of Solid Snake itself can be a reflection of how it is possible that war often seems to turn people into monsters.
War transforms a snake.
Or as Drebin says, war turns us into beasts. The battlefield is a place where killings are not only accepted, but necessary, and where the norms of society are not applied. Distinguishing between good and evil and remembering their values can be much more difficult than it is in this context, where everyone must fight for his own survival, kill or be killed.
But when I thought about my bullets tearing through those soldiers' bodies, I hesitated.
Shooting at targets and shooting at living, breathing people are different. Listen, Meryl, everybody feels sick the first time they kill someone. Unfortunately, killing is one of those things that gets easier the more you do it. In a war, all of mankind's worst emotions, worst traits come out. It's easy to forget what a sin is in the middle of a battlefield.
But this isn't a war. It's a terrorist action.
Seeing the atrocities of the war makes it impossible for him to forget his actions, and there are only two ways left.
When the battlefield is under total
One to live with all of them and the traumas that they can generate, or simply relive the war over and over again to feel alive.
It's only when I'm cheating death on the battlefield, the only time I feel truly alive.
Seeing other people die makes you feel alive, huh? You love war and don't want it to stop? Is it the same with all great soldiers throughout history?
I'm Psychomantis! That's right. This is no trick. It's true power.
Psycho Mantis spent his entire life immersing himself in the minds of other people.
I can read your every thought.
And on one occasion, surprisingly, Solid Snake did not condemn or deny Psychomantis' claims when he admits that he elaborated mass murder, and where he claims that Snake was not that different from him. Snake, he could not escape the horrors of war. Perhaps he could not forgive himself for some of the things he did. No doubt the ravages of war and fighting would cause him great and painful emotional torment.
Naomi, please talk to me. Say something to take my mind off the pain.
What can I say?
Anything.
I'm not a very good talker.
Please. Tell me about yourself.
Myself? That's a tough one.
Any family?
That's not a happy topic for me.
I don't have any family. No. Wait. There was a man who said he was my father.
Where is he?
Dead. By my own hand.
Big Boss.
What? Big Boss? I had no idea.
There was no way you could. It happened in Zanzibar 6 years ago. Only Snake and I know the real truth of what happened there.
So, is it true? Was Big Boss really your father?
That's what he said. That's all I know.
And you were able to kill him, knowing that?
Yup.
How?
He wanted it. Besides, some people just need killing.
That's patricide.
Yup. That's the trauma that Mantis was talking about. The one we share in common.
Is that why you left Foxhound?
Let's just say that I needed to be alone for a while. And Alaska was the perfect place.
Snake.